How is everyone? There goes my dog barking, of course, right as we go live. Must be somebody outside. Anyway, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, all of that good stuff, if I'm coming in loud and clear. Sometimes I have technical difficulties. Hello, hello, yay, good to see you all. Thank you. Apparently, Walter's going to be barking, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. All right, yay, good. Yay, I'm so happy. Yay. Good, good, good. Okay, how is everyone? What's going on? What's new? What's good? Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful week so far. It is Wednesday, so middle of the week. Yay. Always great on a Wednesday. So for those of you tuning in after the live, hi, my name is Natasha. It's fantastic to have you here. There will be a timestamp in the description box below to skip forward. Right now we're going to just let everybody kind of filter in, and then we'll start at 6 o'clock my time, so about 12 minutes from now. Is that 12 minutes or? Sure. Yeah, about 12 minutes. I can do math. Hey, I don't get paid to do math, so. Hello, Leanne. You're so. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm so too, if that makes you feel any better. Little stressed, little upset. Just life in general. That's how it goes, right? It's the middle of the week, like I said. So I am so behind, it's not even funny. I am so behind on where I want to be, and try not to stress out about that. But also I'm a little flared, so if I seem not happy-go-lucky like normal, it's because I'm flared. I hurt. Everything hurts and I'm dying, so. As Leslie Knope would say. Hello, Lourdes. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. Lovely new lava lamp. Something to ease the mind and ease the eyes. Oh, health. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, hugs to you too. Yeah, health's, whether it's physical health, mental health, like I can relate. It sucks, and you know, it's something we all have to work on every day, right? Like, there's just no getting around it. Dogs are going. Hello, Transcending Together. Nice to see you. Apparently, it's barking time. So if you hear that, I do apologize. I think there are people outside, so they're just having fun. Oh, my goodness. Black mold, Rowan? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I bet. That's got to be really super stressful. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, our AC is still up in the air. It's blowing. I don't know if it's working yet. It was fixed, so we'll see. I run hot, so I don't know. And again, we're in the hottest room in the house, so we'll see. I'll know more later. But yeah, it's been stressful here and all fun stuff. And I don't know if you guys know how awful I feel ants are. Like, I get it, like they're living things, and like you do you, but you do you outside my house. Like, I don't want you in my house. So we've been having an ant issue too. So it's just like one thing on top of the other, and I'm like, I can't. I'm about ready to throw in the towel. I just want a vacation for the rest of the year. Like, leave me alone. I swear. Oh man. Oh, it's cold where you're at, Lourdes. Oh, you know what? I actually prefer the cold. Now, I'm not saying that I don't love summer or heat. I'm just saying I could do better in like cold dish weather because at least then I can layer. Like when you're hot, like you can't get any cooler. Like you have to be indoors, like or like near a water feature of some sort. Like you just cannot cool down. Yeah, ants. What the heck? Like where are they coming from? I cannot. Like they're not, I shouldn't say they're the worst, insect ever because they're not, but at the same time, there's something really disturbing about the fact that they're so tiny and like they can just have this huge conglomerate of themselves, like all together and just like take over your world. Like, I can't. I'm fine if there's ants outdoors, that's fine, whatever. Like, do your thing. Nature is metal. But when you come inside my house, that's when I have a problem because like I don't want to have to like no, I can't. And then I think about like, them crawl I can't, sorry. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Catalina. Yeah. Oh, you're renovating. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. So this is the eyeshadow and the lipstick are the Revolution brand, which is something new that I've not tried before, but it's their Friends TV show collaboration. So hold on. I think I have it right here. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, where's the one I used? So I used the Monica palette, and I was gonna do a video on it, but then like I'm not a makeup guru. Like I don't know what I'm doing on here with this. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do like some swatches or stuff. But like look at how pretty. I don't think that can show up really well on the camera. But yeah, so I used this to blend, this in my crease, and this one on top of the eyelid. And then I did a little funky smudging of that underneath the eye. And then I'm using the Phoebe lip. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I have a couple of the palettes that I was able to get my hands on because, I mean, apparently it's a new thing. So it was going pretty quickly. So I was really excited. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll do a swatching on my other channel, and I don't know what I'm doing on the camera with that. I don't know. We'll see. I got too excited. Yeah, ants are not fun. No one was feeding them, so they had to come inside. Yay! Hi, Scarlett. Oh, thanks, Daniel. So winged eyeliner is still it comes and goes for me. I can do it really good one day and then like the next day it's really awful. And then I have what's called hooded eyelids, so like you kind of have to like mess with it and kind of do optical illusions with it. So a lot of the times it ends up looking more like a U than a wing. Because, and normally like people will pull this part to do it and like just don't and do your thing. You don't have to pull. But if you're having issues, I really do like the clear Scotch tape thing where you just tape it under here and use that as a stencil. Works really well. Don't use a knife or a spoon or anything like that because you never know what can like accidentally go up into your eye. Hello, Mermaid Bay. Nice to see you. Yeah, don't like those stupid hack videos. Don't do them, please. Like the ones that look dangerous. You know what I'm talking about? Don't, because they won't work and you might hurt yourself. Actually, there's a really good chance you'll hurt yourself, especially if you're clumsy like I am. So yeah, don't do those. Just put a little bit of Scotch tape on, use it as a tracer, and you're good. A stencil. Yeah. Or like I saw them do like a fork one for the nose contour, and I'm just like, why? the need to come up with content, I guess, is far more important than the dangerous parts of these things. It is mind-boggling. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if you guys know, but I am a licensed cosmetologist. So like makeup, hair stuff, I do it. I used to do it professionally, but like as far as like videotaping any of it, like I've never done that before. So I could tell you how to do stuff, but like having to like look at myself while teaching, I don't know if I can do that. But maybe I'll try on my second channel a little tutorial or a little like get ready with me, because I know a couple of you have asked about that. So there's a big possibility about that. What's your ultimate favorite deck and why? Oh, that is a loaded question. So I have different decks that I like to play around with for a while at a time. Like I kind of go back and forth, but like my ultimate, it has to be the Everyday Witch Tarot as of right now, just because it's one that I just immediately connected with. I love the imagery. It's pretty gentle. And most of my clients that I have used with it really enjoy it because they can connect with the art style and with what the art is, telling them. So is a little bit more gentle than like your really intimidating decks or the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, where the imagery can be a little intimidating. So that's the one that I usually go to. But my other deck that I've been loving is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot and the Good Karma Tarot. So like I've been kind of going along those lines. I use them for different reasons. I use different decks for different reasons, different questions, or how I feel that day, what my intuition wants me to use, and it's fun. But yeah, Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. Sorry, I wanted to say Barbara Moore, and I was like, that's not the right author. Deborah Blake. Oh, sometimes if like you make it a little droopy, it looks really cute because they're called like doe eyes or like puppy dog eyes, and it was a huge trend back in the late 20s, early 30s to do that. Yeah, it's really hot where I am right now. So yeah, they're definitely coming and looking for water because they were going for the water sources, and it was not pleasant. It was not a fun thing to wake up to. Oh, I'm sorry, Mermaid Bay. A fall decks video. I do have currently on my channel a my favorite Halloween decks for I think they're both Oracle and Tarot decks that I have on that video. Not much has changed yet. I haven't really gotten any more like fall themed. However, I am looking around for those. So keep me. Ugh. I can't talk. I will be definitely purchasing more and doing more reviews on just like fall themed decks. I have the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot on pre-order. So that one's coming in the end of September, I believe. And then also I do have the Disney Villains Tarot on pre-order. That deck and the Labyrinth deck got pushed back. So I won't be getting it until August 31st. So I was supposed to already be getting it, but I think they had to like push it back. I don't know what happened. All I know is that's what's coming. So there's going to be more like fall and Halloween themed decks coming. It's just you're going to have to wait a little bit for them to come out. You're welcome. Which tarot cards could be a good amulet when you're applying for a visa? Ooh, Ace of Pentacles or Ten of Pentacles. Because Ace of Pentacles is like kind of like a bonus or like a like new money coming in. And then Ten of Pentacles is like abundance in general. And then it's also kind of like a legacy card. So it's kind of like you've built up this abundance like to where you can like provide for your generations of family type of a situation. So try that. Try either of those. Oh, Justice would be good too. Yeah. Although that's more like balance. Oh wait, are you talking about Visa card or? Or visa as in moving countries. I don't know what you meant. I'm telling you, mine's not really here tonight. I'm really kind of like just all over the place bonkers because I'm flared. So like the brain fog has set in. So just be warned. Oh, visas visit other countries. Oh, that's a good question. Justice might work. Yeah, justice might work because that's balance, give and take. I'd have to think about that because that's something that I've not even. The world card would be very good too because that's success and that's also travel. So that's the one I would probably go to. Yeah, I would actually use both the world and justice together because that way it'll like it's bringing the legal system in and it's going to like help you with all the paperwork and that sort of a thing and speed that up. You could probably use Eight of Wands too, so use those three. So Ace of Wands, Justice, and the World. And Eight of Wands is travel, but it's also quick. So you can use the energy for like speeding up the process. And then the World is success as also travel. So that would I would use those three. Chariot's good too. Yeah, all of these are great. Two of Wands, yeah. Although I don't know necessarily about Two of Wands because I feel like that's more of like not taking the leap forward. I think that's more of like a hesitant energy. It's all right. Don't worry about spelling. We don't care here. As long as we can figure it out, we're good. All right, how about we get into it? I just realized the time. So today we're going to be talking about the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. This is by Phyllis Curott and the art is by Danielle Barlow. I have already played around with it. I've had this in my possession since it came out last year. However, I tried to film a video on it and it was just going to be way too long and I kind of just put it on the back burner because I didn't really know how to go about doing a video on it because this is kind of a unique deck. What these two did was they basically did a journey. They got asked to do a deck, but they didn't want to do it like every other deck. They wanted to make something completely original and like up their alley. So what ended up coming out of it is this big, expansive kind of like world. So it's based similarly off of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. However, the major arcana is reversed. So it starts with the world energy and then it goes all the way down to the Fool, which they call the Pilgrim. It's crazy. It's one of those decks where you really have to sit and read through the guidebook and really kind of play around with the cards and the guidebook together to kind of really like figure out how to use it and how it's going to work for you. But as with all decks, they say your intuition and your gut is what's all that really matters with it and how to work with that with the guidebook. So anywho, let me read you the back. And this retails for $40, $39.99 in the US, and $53.99 in Canada, published by Hay House. And again, all the links will be down in the description box below. I'm not affiliated, I'm not sponsored, just want you guys to find what you're looking for. So it says, two witches, an American Wiccan high priestess, and an English hedge witch spent a year journeying into other realms together. The wisdom they received led them to create a radical new interpretation of tarot for these times. Unlike traditional tarots, which guide the seeker to enlightenment by leaving the earth behind, they were shown a tarot for the earth, offering a profound and magical journey into the world, not out of it. So it does feature diversity. It does feature nature. A lot of the names are a little bit different. Just very interesting and very like it's a deck that you kind of really have to get into and there's a lot going on. So that's why I said like it's a video that would have been like an hour long. So I'm going to try to like keep it concise with this just give you enough information to have you guys make your own opinion about whether you want to look into it a little bit more yourselves. So I will say the packaging is phenomenal. It is magnetic, and there's like a cute little poem here. And so this is the guidebook. It has very like linen and strong cardboard on the book itself. So like you can toss this thing around, it ain't gonna fall apart. And then it comes with its own little pouch here. So the tarot cards are in here, and then there's a cute little poem saying on the back of that. So very nicely done with the packaging. Again, it's a little excessive, but you do get a pouch with it, so if you don't like the magnetic stuff, you don't have to keep them in there. The pouch is like a cotton linen, if that makes sense. And then the little symbol on here is like the vinyl, kind of like the cricket stuff. All right, and then here are the back of the cards. I put them back in order to how they were when I first unboxed them on my own. And then the cardstock is actually pretty dang thick. Like, it is a nice cardstock. It is also matte, which is nice. So again, we're gonna go from the back of what we normally would call the back of the major arcana all the way to the front. So it's weird, it's different, and I'm gonna adjust myself so you can see a little bit better. Okay, there we go. The artwork is beautiful. There are no borders, and the way that it works is, like I said, it's kind of, you got to go into their world a little bit, into their mind a little bit, but it kind of makes sense. It's about finding yourself again. Like, you've gone through all of this stuff and now you're returning back to like a new state. So again, it was very difficult to try to like convey this in a regular video. And some of the words or the names are switched around. Oh, hi, Anna. Oh, you are not late practicing human. Oh, you have this, Michael? Hi, Jake. Oh, moving is so much fun. Oh, that was me being sarcastic. And this is the Tower card. I really liked this version of it. I thought that was very interesting. So like I said, some of the names are a little different, and it goes backwards. But it's definitely beautiful art. They're big cards. They're like an oracle size. And my phone just doesn't want to focus very much, but you know, it's a thing. And there is a chart in the back of the guidebook that gives you side by side of what the cards are in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. And in the guidebook for the major arcana, there are the Roman numeral numbers for the Rider-Waite-Smith next to it. So you'll be able to kind of figure it out easier that way. But I will say I haven't worked with this enough, so I don't know, like, if I prefer this method over, you know, a regular method. But it is a nice deck, I think, to have in your collection if you're wanting to do more introspective work. It's a very gentle deck as well. And I love this one with the little fox. I really love the art style. It's very fun, unique. It feels very calming. And I believe there's a little bit of nudity, but it's tastefully done. Yes. Yeah, it does look like watercolor painting, Scarlett. Ooh, yeah, an old fable book. Yeah, definitely, Jake. Love this. So they do refer to the pilgrim a lot in the guidebook when you're reading for other cards. And so the pilgrim in this case is the fool. So again, the fool's journey. So this is going to be the pilgrim's journey. And they ask you to kind of like, before diving into the guidebook, to kind of flip through the cards like you normally would when you get a deck, and then kind of write out what you get intuitively. So, what does the artwork say to you? What do you think the card means? That sort of thing. Why is there a hedgehog and trees that look like lungs? Like that sort of a thing. But yeah, the guidebook itself is very gentle. It's very much like, I don't know, like it tells it like it is, but at the same time, it tells it in a very gentle way. Like it doesn't scream it at you. It doesn't like make you think like you should already know this, that sort of a thing. Like it's very much nurturing. And there's a lot in the guidebook as well to like kind of go along with the cards. There's different like sections of it. So like I said, very thorough. This whole unboxing video would have been like an hour long trying to explain every little thing. But yeah, so air, obviously swords, but very much a more gentler swords suit. I love this. It's so fun. So Orion is actually no longer with us, Carrie. Yeah, he ended up getting really sick, and I tried everything I possibly could to get him back to health, and he started doing really good for a hot minute, and then the next day went downhill really fast. So yeah, unfortunately, he is no longer with us. So instead, we have a lava lamp for now, because I know a lot of you really liked his calming swimming and like having another thing to kind of focus on, especially during like pick a card readings. So we're gonna try out the lava lamp and see if that works, because I'm not ready to bring in another fish right now. As much as I love him, I just not ready. Yeah, like the one you would find in your grandmother's chest. Yes. Oh, thank you. It's okay. It's okay. He is the circle of life, unfortunately. This one was an interesting one, by the way. And there's also like different names for the court cards. So yeah, it's a really funky, interesting deck. I don't know like how else to explain it, but it is effective. Oh, I love the True Heart deck. Oh, Dwarf Hamster. Oh, they're so sweet too, those guys. Oh my goodness. This is fun. I love this guy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel like this is great with like how they encompassed nature as well as human beings in nature. And the human beings that are in nature are very much like a part of it. Like they're not something that was just extracted from it. Like the way that they talk about humans in general in the guidebook, it's very much like we wanted to make sure that we were a part of nature and go back to nature in this deck, because like that was the whole journey, was to get back to nature, and this deck to kind of help put us back in that mindset, because as of right now we are so disconnected from nature, as the most disconnected we have been. A lot of people don't know where certain foods, how they actually come from, where they actually come from, how they are brought onto your dinner plate. So little things like that, where we're just so out of touch with nature, that this is a deck that kind of make sure we get put back into it. So I really liked that concept. This one is gorgeous too, by the way. I love all the different berries. Yeah, a little bit about the Druidcraft Tarot too. I have that one. It's not one of my favorites, unfortunately. Like I really wanted to connect with it, and it's one that I just haven't really connected that well to. It's beautifully done, but it's just one that, like, personally, for whatever reason, it doesn't call to me like other decks do. And I love this one too. Like that snake just wrapped around her. Yeah, I love the watercolor style. It's just gorgeous. But like, you see what I mean with the court cards? Like they're still a part of nature. They're not separated from. And I feel like that's really cool and a really neat visual, especially with the meanings of the cards. Absolutely, Jake. Every day I try to get back to nature. I believe humans and and animals have a sacred bond that wasn't lost but was just disconnected. Absolutely. Oh, you like the bigger cards? Yeah, they are very nice, especially with the artwork and not having like big borders in the way. And I do like that the title's down here and it's small, but it's just big enough to where you can see what's written, and that's all you really need. And this I just love so much. It's just beautiful. Just beautifully done. Like, I don't have really any complaints other than it's a little complicated to learn right off the bat. It's definitely one of those decks where you have to sit with it, kind of like the one we just talked about the last live. You just kind of have to sit with it and be prepared to like want to work with it for like an hour. Give yourself time to acclimate to it because it is different, and the minor cards are very, very much the same as what they would be traditionally. However, there's like a gentle tweak to it, if that makes sense. So as always, we will shuffle, see how it shuffles, and then we'll pull a card and we'll read from the guidebook so you guys can get a feel for how it works. But yeah, there's just so much to read in here that's about the deck and how to use it that we would be here for a long time if I did. But I urge you, if this is something that you feel like you're connecting with and you would like, I urge you to check it out in a more personal way, because it definitely is something special. I feel like they really did put their heart and soul into this, especially how it came about. So definitely I feel like it's worth $40. I've spent a lot more on decks that didn't include as much information as this one does, or like how the packaging was either. So for a mass produced deck, it's really nice. Really good price for it, I think. Oh yeah, small hands is a little difficult. It's one thing for an oracle because there's not that many cards, but if you have small hands, bigger size cards and thicker card stock equals harder time shuffling. For sure. Oh my gosh, it was $80 in conversion. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful though. It is a very, very gorgeous deck. Hi, Liberius. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. How are you? I love this little pouch with all of the flowers and greenery. It's so sweet. And I do really like this one with the standing stones. Ugh. That's one place that I still want to go is the in the UK. Why am I brain fog? The stones, the standing stones, and I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah, that's the place I want to go. But you can't get near it, so I'm like, what's the point? Oh my gosh. So when I say brain fog, that's what I mean. Like I can see it in my mind's eye, but I cannot give you the word or the verbiage of it. So like I know exactly what I want to say, but it doesn't want to come out. It's like, yeah, no, we're gonna stay trapped in here forever. And then like 5 minutes later, I'll remember exactly what I was gonna say. It doesn't help me now, thanks. I love how it puts humanity in perspective compared to the vastness of nature and earth. Yes. Aw. Stonehenge. Thank you. God, why was that so hard to think? Like, stone, hello. I swear, sometimes. I love this too. Oh, and this one was really cool too. The 10 of Pentacles, all of the little root systems. Ugh, love. Super cottagecore, and I love it. I'm so happy that that's a trend now, like the mushrooms and the frogs and like the foresty things. Ugh. It's been all over TikTok for like the last couple months, and I'm like, yes. Show me all your cottagecore stuff. This one was very interesting too. The way that it's like a face. And this one was quite interesting. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you down, and then we'll shuffle, and then we'll pull a card, and then we'll read from the guidebook for that card. So don't get seasick once I put you down. Okay, hopefully you can see all right. But yeah, I have trouble with this shuffling because it is kind of thick and they are a little bit bigger. Normally it would just be like this size for an oracle deck, so trying to shuffle basically 2 oracle decks together is a little difficult. So you can shuffle it this way, or you can shuffle it on the side, which I typically do with wider decks. But do you see what I mean? It's a little hard for smaller hands. You just kind of have to go with it and shuffle however it works for you. Or you can split it up like this and shuffle them separately and then put them together and shuffle them however you want to do it. There's no wrong way to shuffle. So, if you're being told that you can only shuffle a certain way, run. All right, so we're going to read For the World. Okay, oh, there we go. So I'll bring you back up, and that way we can see the guidebook. All righty. Ooh, graduate level courses? Oof, oof. That's not fun to have brain fog for that. Nope. Aw, birds. Yeah, birds are great. We have a lot of them in the backyard. We actually have a bird feeder now, and it's fantastic. Divide them in half to shuffle. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, brain fog. It's like, I feel like more people need to know about it. I need to do like a fibro and chronic fatigue video on my second channel. I keep needing to do it. I just want to do some research so you guys get like the facts and not just me spewing information. I like to thoroughly research things. So yeah, that'll be over on the other channel and kind of like how I deal with it. Luckily it's not terrible for me. It's just like when things get super stressful or like I have a like all too much going on, stress or like chaos that, or like I work too hard or like go and do basically any extremes, then I'm super flared and like I'm down for a week. But when I first had it, it was, I couldn't get out of bed. I was a zombie. So yeah, anyway, long story short, I need to do a video explaining it all because yeah, it's definitely, I feel like a lot more people are getting like diagnosed with it. I see a lot more people suffering with a lot of those and then the chronic pain stuff. So, you know, if I can help, then I'm going to try to help. So anyway, back to this. We're going to read for the world. So the major arcana actually is in the back of the book, which was weird. But hey, they. All right. So I'm going to show you how it's laid out. So there's a lot of information about the card, which is phenomenal. So we have the wisdom, which is basically explaining what's going on in the imagery. So the world is on fire. Yes, it is. The time of ancestral prophecy, of discernment, of unmaking is here. Civilizations and their illusions of separation and control are coming to an end. Mother Earth cannot be dominated. The goddess is rising to protect her endangered children. Grandmother Spider weaves the web of the universe, and the goddess Kali wields the sickle knife, destroying the destroyers of life. But in her other hand, Kali holds the spindle from the grandmother Spider weaves. Together they tear and mend, unmaking to repair and make again. You cannot see them, but you can see their magic everywhere. It's all one, and this is where it begins. Beyond the blazing towers and deadly heat waits the world as it is meant to be. Holy, green, and summoning. There are those who respond to the call from that world, from what lies beyond human limitations. By coincidence, by choice, and by sacred ways, they journey to discover their way home. A young woman, her gaze fixed on the ground before her, hat pulled low upon her brow and heavy pack on her shoulders, walks alone. She carries the weight of the old world with her, remnants of what she has been taught to believe about the world and about herself. She has been bound by constraints and limits, and she longs for a better way to live. She knows there's another world within her, another world awaiting her. She has broken free. She strides into the unknown. Her pilgrimage has begun. So then there's essence, which is basically keywords about what this means, and it's prophecy, end of illusions and domination, breaking free, determination, and a choice that changes everything. And then there's counsel, so like a little bit like how you would use or can interpret the card. So the journey to sovereignty, self, and wholeness requires leaving limited patterns and beliefs behind. You may start out frightened, burdened, and alone, but you'll discover wise and loving companions, guides, and spirits along the path to your true self. Challenges will make you stronger, wiser, and more loving, and countless more blessings await you. It's time to discover where you are in your life, who you are, and why you're here. All of that you were meant to be is ready to be born. And then the last thing here is a little magic. So like a little spell or an incantation or a meditation, something along those lines that you can work with the card energy and bring that into your physical world. So there's something that you've been taught to believe that limits what you know to be true about yourself, about life, about the world. Write down this constraining belief. Then take a white candle and carve the word truth into it. Light it and burn the paper. Write down something good that you know to be true. Hold it behind the candle and let the light of truth shine upon it. Time to take, I can't read. Take time to envision the good that you've written. Remember the words are magic. keep your magic someplace safe and look at it often. So, anywho, there's a lot going on with this deck. A lot more in all of these. Like, I even have them dog-eared. So there's just a lot that they've put into it, and I really respect that because they kind of made something new, and they reinvented it in a really interesting way and in a really gentle way. So I wanted to read this too. Finally, at the end of the journey, the pilgrim finds herself open-hearted, clear-headed, and fully present in her life. She has evolved, enlightened, and embodied. She is ready to go wherever life leads, for she knows that the world in which she lives is divinely alive and loving. It's this world to which she will return, ready to begin a new journey into a world re-enchanted by her presence and participation in its making. This is the blessing path of the major arcana of the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. It's the path for all of us, for we are all the pilgrim. So, like I said, it's beautifully done. There's just a lot of information here and a lot of stuff that you can kind of interpret on your own and figure out what works for you, and if this is the type of tarot that will work for you. And like I said, it's one of those things where you kind of have to sit down and work with it for a while and kind of connect with it in a different way and kind of switch your brain around when you're using it. When I use it, I'm just like, okay, the guidebook is right here, because I'm just like, okay, the brain wants to switch back to like traditional tarot mode. So like, especially like if I try to work with the Akashic Tarot or the Harmony Nice Tarot, like I still have to have the guidebook with me because it's such a different interpretation, right? So it's a different form. And so again, there's no, like, tarot is just tarot. There's a structure to it. So a lot of people kind of get confused between tarot and oracle, but with an oracle deck, it's kind of a free-for-all. With tarot, there's a specific structure that the deck follows. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, if you want to make a tarot your own way and in your own image and however you want to do it, as long as you have a guidebook to let me know what's going on and how to use it, I'm cool with it. I don't feel like there is a right or wrong way to make a tarot deck. And if you use it and interpret it like an oracle deck, awesome. However, if you want to call it a tarot deck, that's your deck to call it a tarot deck. So there's a lot of like discord too that I've been seeing about that. And in my opinion, as long as it has a structure and a clear way to use it, then it's a tarot. If you feel like it is a tarot deck, it is a tarot deck. If you have just a concept and want to make an oracle deck, fine. That's fine too. Like, I don't like, limitations. I don't like things being put on a black and white thing, because it's divination. There's like, really, you can, I'm getting heated. You can use almost anything for divination. When you were a child, when you were pulling does he love me not from the flower petals, that's divination. If you use dice, that's divination. If you use flippin' tea leaves, or if you're pickup sticks, whatever it is, it's divination. So why put limitations on it? If it is working for you in a specific way, let it work for you. Stop putting labels or telling people and gatekeeping things. It only discourages people from trying it out themselves and experiencing it for themselves. But like I said, let me calm it down a little bit. If there's a guidebook that'll allow you to teach others how to use your deck and how to go about that type of divination, I'm here for it. If you just give me cards with pictures on it and tell me that it's tarot and it's a new form, I'm gonna be like, okay, and now you tell me how to use it, please. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of my pedestal now and ask you what you think about this deck. Oh. Oh my goodness. This lady had a big rant on TikTok about how people shuffle, and I'm just like, people shuffle differently. If you believe in the cards, then you'll get the right answers, period. Exactly! Why? Why is there like so much gatekeeping? Like, if it bothers you so much, don't watch. Like, what a concept. Like, I mean, there are specific traditions and things are traditional. However, like, everybody's different. Like, everybody learns differently. Everybody functions differently. Not everybody has a specific shaped hand to where they can, shuffle a certain card the correct way. Like, who cares? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Drives me crazy. Sometimes putting card sleeves on the cards helps with shuffling, but it can be hard to find sleeves if that fit tarot decks, much less bigger ones. Yes, exactly. Oh, practicing human. There are plenty of people that rant and rave and complain and gatekeep and all of that stuff. I just scroll on by. I don't get involved in the drama. I don't need to get involved in the drama. I have my own thoughts and opinions, and that's it. Like, I am not here to correct anybody. You think what you think, you believe in what you believe, and as long as you are not hurting anybody else, then I don't have a problem. But like, when you start like saying that things should be a specific way when in reality they're not, I have a problem. Just because, like, again, everybody's different. Everybody does stuff differently, and unless you were, I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up. Yes, beautiful writing in the guidebook. Yeah, drawn to the deck. Yeah, it's different. She was taught to shuffle a certain way, not like people shuffling fast so they have cards fall out. Oh. Yeah. I think so. There was another deck that I just did a video on. I can't remember the deck now. But they did it wasn't I have not filmed it yet. I unboxed it myself because I was like trying to figure it out. Sometimes like I get too excited and I want to like get a feel for the deck before I do a video on it, especially if there's like a story that goes behind it, like this one does. So like I'll kind of play around with it on my own and then I'll do a flip through video. So this I have the new chapter tarot. That was the newer release from the Liminal 11. So the people that brought you Modern Witch Tarot and the Cosmic Slumber, etc. So she just started out just painting one card and just to help her get through some certain situations in her personal life. And then it evolved. She started painting all of the other cards, and then it just helped her get through this emotional thing. And it turned out very cohesive. And the deck, there's certain different types of styles in there a little bit, but like you can tell like she was processing things and dealing with it through her art. So a lot of that emotion came out. So my point was, don't wait. If you feel like there's like one card, even if there's one card in your mind, try figuring it out and then everything will start falling into place. Like, don't like get held up on like a theme or like, a certain like color or something like that. Don't get bogged down by that. Just start creating and let it flow, because sometimes through that process you never know what's going to come out, and it might be amazing or it might be like, I didn't like that, but at least you're starting, at least you're like going through the motions, and then a light bulb will turn on and then suddenly you're like, okay, that's it, that's what I need to create. Tea leaves, yeah. So I have a teacup specifically for that. I haven't tried it out yet, but I will do a video on that. Yes, this is still tarot. Yeah, the Witch's Wisdom Tarot is still a tarot deck. Yes. Yes, guided meditations would be fantastic for this. In fact, I believe that there are some meditations in the guidebook that go along with certain cards. down with tradition when it's contextually appropriate and comes with a guide. But yeah, I mean, why not? Listen, I mean, some traditions I feel are very, very much in need of being broken. There are certain traditions, such as we are going to not say things, but the Olympics. What's going on right now? I am rage not watching. So upset with some of the situations that are going on and those stupid rules. But so there, sometimes traditions they get in the way of progress, and they get in the way of innovation, and they get in the way of things just because it's tradition. So that being said, I do think that there are certain things that, yes, tradition is fantastic for. However, we also have to think back at a lot of what our traditions we use are and how they came about, and take a real hard look at maybe like dismantling some of them and moving forward because of what they used to represent, or what they're still doing in society today, that sort of a thing. That's a different topic for another time. It's a very heavy topic. But what I'm saying is, I'm sure there was a lot of, discord when people of color were first put in a tarot deck. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like that was not traditional, but we make strides for progress. We make strides and we do changes to make sure that, things that are going on in our world that represent all of us, that represent everybody, because the world is ever evolving. We're all changing constantly. So yes, certain things should stay like a tradition. Yes, certain things should have a structure. Yes, certain things should stay the same. But we also have to take a look at why and where we're going. That sort of a thing. Anyway, I didn't think I would have to be going down this road tonight. Sorry. Oh, you don't finish projects? Yeah, I'm one of those people too. Like I'll start a project and then move on for a minute and then completely forget about that other project. Yes, actually libraries. So yeah, it does have certain there's a section called magic here. So there's an activity or a spell or a meditation that will go along with the card that you pulled. So for instance, if you're doing a daily pull and you just do a 1-card pull, you can take a look at, so this one is 2 of air, vulnerability. So the magic would be work with the air to clear your mind. Breathe slowly, fully, deeply. Your breath is the breath of the trees, and the trees are the lungs of the world. Inhale. Every breath connects you to the trees of the world. Exhale. Allow the love within you to open outward. Listen to the wisdom the wind brings you. So again, there's a lot of there's a hair on my lipstick and it's driving me crazy. There's a lot of incorporating something you can do in the physical world with that energy, or a meditation, or what I like to do is a walking meditation, but that's just me spacing out on the walk with my dogs. Suddenly I'm thinking about one thing and instantly I'm in another spot. Oh, when traditions are harmful and exclusionary, we need to examine ourselves and evaluate those traditions. Exactly. Makes more sense in reverse. Oh, that was the other thing. These are made to be read upright. There are no reversals. However, they said if you want to read them in a reverse, that's fine too. But they made it to where there's a positive spin on everything. So like I said, it's a very gentle, very nurturing deck. Oh, but that's an important conversation. We need to accept the fact that everything is constantly changing and transforming, and that's okay. Yes, Catalina. Can you do a Hogwarts houses reading at some point, or what decks that would fit with people in that house? Oh my God, Trip. Oh my God. I'm going to have to work on that because I am so down for that. So okay. Sorry, I'm going to write it down. Hogwarts house reading, and then decks for Hogwarts houses. Oh my God, that's so fun. I love that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go through all my stuff. I definitely think I have a few for my Slytherin friends. Oh my gosh, I think that would be so much fun. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm gonna make sure I credit you. Awesome, awesome. I love that. Hi, Surya. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. And I have to say, I have to put the caveat out there, like I do not agree with the author, any of her statements. I think she just needs to get booted out of society, off of her social platforms. She should not be saying what she's saying. Anyway, however, those books, they definitely they have their problems. However, they got me through some hard times when I was younger. Absolutely got lost in them. I still love the Harry Potter universe. But now as an adult, I definitely look back on things a little differently, knowing how the author is. I'm like, oh, maybe there could have been a lot more diversity up in the houses. Maybe there could have been different name choices. Looking at you. Specific ones. I'm just like, yeah, now it makes sense that like she is the person that she is. Anyway, I'm tangent person tonight. But yeah, definitely love Harry Potter, the Harry Potter verse. I think it definitely is very much related to what we do here. In fact, there is a Harry Potter deck that I am just chomping at the bit to get. I really, really love it. However, it's quite expensive and I need a good reason to purchase it. And I think I just found it. It's like $130 or $150, I can't remember, but it looks stunning. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's been on Instagram, and I don't remember the author's name at the moment, but it's on Etsy, and a lot of the times it's sold out. Every time I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just purchase it today. Maybe. It's like sold out. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta wait. Excuse. I am totally a Hufflepuff. Yes, Liberius. If you look at it with the Rider-Waite-Smith, the Fool's journey could be considered infinite as the repeating of cycles. It would make sense that cycles could be forward and backward. Exactly. I'm a Hufflepuff, but people label me as a Ravenclaw. That's okay. I kind of go back and forth sometimes where I'm like, am I really a Hufflepuff? Like, I could be a Ravenclaw, but the more I look into it, I'm definitely a Hufflepuff. Quiz was rigged for me. I belong in Slytherin, but they put me in Ravenclaw. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, because Ravenclaws cunning as well. They're very wise and very much all about knowledge and that sort of a thing. And Slytherin are very cunning and very smart in their ways of getting things that they want. So I mean, I could see why they could put you in that one as well. Huffleclaw. I love it. Yeah, I mean, growing up, you always wanted to be like a Gryffindor, right? Because you're like, that's the one where all the kids are in. Like, that's the brave and adventurous group. And Slytherin's just evil. That's where all of the bad wizards come from. And it's like the more you get involved into it, the more like you really look into the quiz and like looking at it as an adult. You're like, okay, well, like everybody has a little bit of everything in there. Like you can literally put yourself in whatever house, because everybody has those attributes and those archetypes, you know. So, but yeah, definitely. You got yours for $18? Hey, nice. I'm still waiting for my letter to the Hogwarts. I've been sitting there waiting for an owl for years. It's never going to come for me. I'm good. I'll learn it on my own. That's okay. Yeah, wouldn't that be a trip though? That would be a major trip. That like just knowing that something like that is like around. Oh my God. I'm definitely wanting to go to Harry Potter World at Universal, specifically the one in Florida though, because that one I heard is a lot bigger of a land, so there's a lot more and like things are a little bit more spread out. But the Hagrid's coaster, the Hagrid's Adventure or whatever trip roller coaster, looks phenomenal. It's like one of the most technologically advanced coasters with the theming and everything. So, like, I guess when it first opened up, like the first month or two, like it was just breaking down constantly because they didn't like they couldn't keep up with the amount of people wanting to ride it. Anyway, but yeah, that one looks amazing, and I like want to go. I want a butterbeer. I want to get my own wand. Yeah, ridiculous. I know. I'm literally a perpetual child. I am 6 years old, all the way around. Like, I don't think that I'm in my 30s at all, and trust me, I don't want to be. Oh. Yeah, contradictions. Yeah. Didn't Starbucks have a butterbeer frappuccino at some point? Like, I feel like they did, but anyway, getting off track. But yeah, so there's this deck. I feel like is definitely a deck for if you're looking for something different, if you're looking for something more witchy, if you're looking for something more gentle. This is definitely a deck that I would check out. However, like I said, it is a pretty expansive, so you want to sit down with it and work with it for a while. And yeah, like Rowan said, it's cyclical, so it definitely makes sense to have the Major Arcana in reverse. And I feel like it's a little bit of a nicer story in general to leave a world that's on fire and then come back to being centered and in nature and knowing what you want and being enlightened. And so I think that's kind of something that we all look forward to being and is a goal. I mean, we all want to be nurtured and enlightened and safe and sound at some point, right? I feel like I'm in my 30s. Oh. Oh my goodness, why thank you, my stars. Yeah, no, I'm in my 30s. But I will say my esthetician, she's doing the Lord's work, man. She really is. So no, I really do think I'm still like in my early 20s, and it's a trip once you get like once you hit like 28, 29 and then beyond, like you still think you're 21 or like your early 20s, like your body will change, everything changes, like you have all of these crazy responsibilities, but yet in your head you're like, yeah, I could go out clubbing tonight, I could go and do this, and then when you try, you're just like, and I want to go home and be in my bed. Or like you have one drink and the next day you're like, I'm hungover, where's my Pedialyte? Oh, secret menu. Okay. Yeah, I think it's great not acting your age in certain situations, though. In certain situations, like, there are times where you must be mature. But yeah, I feel like you only get one chance around the sun. Like, let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's dress how you want to dress. I love this woman on TikTok. I think her name or her handle is Granny Goth. She is a more mature woman who dresses goth, and she has like the punk shoes. She goes all out, and I'm just like, yes, you are my idol. I love it, because she's just like, I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm like, that's how everybody should look at life, like within reason. But like, wear what you want to wear, do what you want to do, like go after what you want to do. Like, I feel like that's important. If you're passionate about something, do it, as long as it's not hurting anybody. If you're passionate about it, why not? Like, it's never too late. Go back to school if you can. Go do that creative project that you've been putting off because you're like, I don't think I can do it. Dress how you want to dress. Go out clubbing if you want to go out clubbing. Like, those situations. Learn something new that you wanted to learn. I mean, have a really awful obsession with Disney and Harry Potter when you're 34. Dye your hair different colors. I mean, I have a feeling I'm going to live to a ripe old age of I don't give a flying rat. 33 was my year of massive spiritual growth and awakening. Yeah. Time goes by so fast. It really does. Like 2020 was a thing, and it was very chaotic and crazy. I'm sorry about my dogs, but like it literally feels like it was forever and then like a minute long. It's hard listening to Taylor Swift's 22 now that I'm no longer 22. All right. They're good guard dogs. A young, passionate spirit. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Having kids, too. Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry. Yeah, I am choosing not to have kids for medical reasons and for just I'm too selfish. Because I do have fibromyalgia, there's a good chance that I would pass it on to my offspring. So I am consciously choosing not to. And like I love my nieces and nephews and like my friends' kids so much. Like, but I like the fact that I can give them back. So, and then again, I don't know how pregnancy is a trip and it's a crazy train for healthy bodies, let alone someone who is prone to flare. Like I would never get out of bed. Like, and I'm not for that life. And there's also a good chance that with my family and my genetics that I would have twins. So yeah, no. We're good. We are good. So yeah, we're very much a child-free home. However, we do have pets and like we love kids. So it's not about that. It's just, it's strictly like our lives are too chaotic as it is. And then with me and my medical issues, it just doesn't make sense. Like and then the way that the world is, like, I don't want to get into that. But so yeah, like massive props to moms. So when you say you feel like you're 40 or whatever, I feel like literally like with everything that I went through just in the past like 10 years with the fibro and everything, like I feel like my body is 80 years old. Like that is not an exaggeration. That is like a legitimate estimation because they're like the joint issues, the inflammation, the back pain. Like I started getting back pain at 23. Like, so I literally don't remember what it was like to have like no pain. Like there's always something painful going on within my body. So imagine having a child in that. Like, no, absolutely not. 33 has been a good year. I'm learning a lot, but I feel like I'm moving forward with a lot of stuff. 33 was a good year. That was last year for me. 33 was a good year. You definitely find out like a lot about you and about where you want to go. Like I really have been enjoying my 30s. Like I feel like I can still I'm young at heart, but I have the like more knowledge. And so like I can kind of get through my day a little bit easier and like I can kind of deal with life a little bit easier. And especially it's just really weird when you still feel inside your head like you're in your early 20s or like 25, let's just say. So like when you see your friends and other family members have kids and you're like, you're too young to have kids. Like you shouldn't be having kids right now. You're still too young. And then you're like, oh, but yeah, we're in our 30s. Like, yeah, it makes sense. When I was younger and couldn't express myself as much as I'd like due to parents, religion, now that I'm an adult, I'm very happy. Good. Yeah, the constriction is not there anymore. You're a human adult. Yeah. Better late than never. Yeah. Old soul, young heart. Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's no judgment to anybody who is a parent or anybody who wants to be a parent. There's absolutely no judgment for me at all. Do what you want to do. Like, or, if it was something that wasn't planned, that's awesome too. Like, whatever. Boys, this is like a judgment-free zone. So, I'm just saying from my experience and what I'm going through, like, it's just a no for me. Aw. I mean, you may think I'm selfless, but sometimes I can be pretty selfish. No. One and done with the twins. Yeah, that would be the only really good thing about it. But like the juggling, that would be intense. Back surgery at 22. Oh my God. Oh, you had 2 kids young and fibro. Yeah. Really hard, right? Like, couldn't do it. I don't know how anybody just does it regularly, like with no body issues. Like, Oh, so Carrie, there's a hair. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find it. There's a deck called the Urban Tarot. I don't know if it's specifically based on New York City, but it's about like city living. I was asked to review it. I'm gonna be getting it soon, hopefully. So I definitely want to check it out. It's been on the list. Looks like in their 30s, aches like in their 60s, feels like in their 80s. Yes. Yeah. Fur mama only. Yeah. As you can tell, that's what I am. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes being selfish is definitely self-care. Like, again, I always preach it. You cannot give from an empty cup. So, like, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like you need a rest, but you don't think you can, give yourself some time to do so, because if you cannot give from empty. Like, it just doesn't happen. So, do what you got to do to refresh yourself. Oh, you weren't judging. Oh. Yeah, Urban Tarot. Yeah, definitely. I would check that out. I'll hopefully I will get that soon, because that was requested and I can't remember by whom. But yeah, there's a lot of requests coming in. I have a whole pile over here that I still have yet to do. I have a whole pile over in the Oracle section that I still have to do. So the ones that we are voting on for these lives are ones that, like, either I have looked through them and played around with them, and they've just been on the back burner. Because normally new releases I will film and do a video on for sure. And a lot of these were new releases and then got pushed back. Or some have been like, I don't think people would be interested in that. And then sure enough, like, people are, and I'm like, oh, I should have done it. But yeah, so there's still a lot. I'm so behind on my pick a card readings. It's not even funny. It's driving me crazy. But hopefully, the AC is fixed and things are, gonna go a little bit smoother from now. But it's just been crazy here for a little bit, and I'm slowly going insane. But yeah, lots of back pile of stuff that I got to get through. So if you have a request, just, there's a community tab post. You just got to scroll way down. Maybe I'll make a new one. And normally I will write them down on a piece of paper. So I do have like a long list of requests. So we're going to get through them slowly but surely. And if you have not checked out my Patreon yet, that's where all of my videos go first. So you get exclusive first looks. I'm working on exclusive content just for my Patreons. There's a few decks that I have that I cannot monetize. So, and I didn't realize that when I purchased them. So they will be for Patreon only. And for those of you that are wondering why like certain videos are like unlisted or privated, it's because they go to Patreon first, and then I will release them in a schedule throughout the weeks coming up. So they get all of the videos first, content first, and then higher up on the tier, there's other perks too. But just a basic member, you get voting rights as well. So like if you have requests for videos or requests for decks, anything of the sort, yours goes above everybody else because you're a Patreon. So that's just a perk. So needless to say, that's where I would suggest checking out if you have a lot of stuff that you want to see quickly, because otherwise I have a whole whole list that I got to get through. So yeah, anyway, shameless plug. I do have merch too. And then on my second channel as well. Oh, bye, Syrian. Nice to see you. Have a great night. I would love a Haunted Mansion deck. I'm like itching. I need a Madame Leota High Priestess. Like, let's go yesterday. And yeah, I am so impatient for the Disney Villains Tarot. Like, I am so impatient. And I also pre-ordered the Alice in Wonderland Disney version too. So that one will be in October. There's a lot coming out in September and October, y'all. There's a lot. So I need to know what y'all are interested in, because I have the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot pre-ordered. I have the, like I said, the Labyrinth, the Disney Villains, the new Moonology deck that's coming out. I think it's the Law of Attraction or Affirmation one. I can't remember, but the new Moonology, Yasmin Boland. What else? I have a few other ones. Shoot, I can't even remember. And I need to do the new Chris Ann Creatures Oracle deck. So like I said, there's a lot. So if there's a new deck that's going to be coming out or pre-order, let me know if you want me to get it. Also, I still have to do the 10K video question and answer, as well as deal with the giveaway with that. I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to give away yet. So if there's any ideas that you guys think would be fun, like deck-wise, let me know as well, because I don't know what you guys want to see or would like to try to win. I know that a lot of you have problems getting the Friends Tarot, so that could be a possibility as well. I might just leave it an open-ended. I'll give you like 3 choices, and then you can pick one of those. I don't know. It's so hard because like decks are kind of a personal choice, so it's hard to kind of like give something away unless it's like a new release. So yeah, anyway, that's all of the housekeeping stuff. Yeah. Oh, I do have Seasons of the Witch. That's the other one that is coming, the Yule version. So I'm excited about that. I'm hoping there's some changes with some of the art styles, just because the other Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain, I can never say it right the correct way, it was a very pale. So I'm hoping there's a little bit more diversity in that deck. Oh yeah, Danielle Noel's making a new one. Yeah, that's exciting too. Yeah, the Moonology. So I try to get the most like interesting decks like right when they're like announced or whatever, and pre-order them, like the most like popular-y kind of decks that I would think would be the most wanted to see. And then there's some other ones that look interesting that I might take a look at. There's like a vice versa, or I think it's Tarot of Opposition. So it's like a mirror image of something different than the original. So that looked kind of interesting. There's like a lot. There's just so many coming out. And then again with the Etsy stuff, like there's so many different decks, like tarot, oracle, you name it. There's so many. But like I have to be careful with the Etsy ones unless it's like highly requested. It might be something that gets pushed back or waited on because a lot of them are expensive. So I gotta like budget for them all. But I do have the Brady Tarot that I gotta do a video on. That just came. I'm waiting on the Star Seeker tarot. It's an issue with the post office. So I've been emailing them, trying to figure that out. So it's just a waiting game at this point for that. It would be nice to get it soon because I ordered it in May, the beginning of May. There's that. So there's also like the Intuitive Night Goddess deck. So that got picked up for mass market. So I don't know if I should be getting the original version or the mass market version. So let me know if you have an opinion either way. I don't know if it would be better to do like, because it's been out for a while, so I'm wondering if like I should get the mass market and see if there's any differences type of a situation. Black Mirror deck was $80, but it's gorgeous, and I know normally don't go past 30. Yeah, listen, there are plenty of decks that I've spent a lot of money on, and I'm like, oh God, is it going to be worth it? And then I end up really liking it. So I think there are like special occasion decks too. Like that's what I call them. Like my Dolly Tarot over there. That's definitely a special occasion deck that I don't break out unless it's for a special occasion. And then the Sirens Melody was very expensive, but again, I use that like sparingly when I feel called to do it, just like all of these decks. And then coming soon, I managed finally to get my hands on the Wise Dog Tarot. That's the author of the Crow Tarot. Oh my God, adorable. So I've been trying to get my hands on that for a while, and it's usually always sold out. So I finally found it at when I went to Santa Cruz of all places. So yeah, I don't know, like I am getting overloaded, but I love it. The Seed and Sickle Oracle has been hard to get my hands on. I have been wanting to get that, and there's also the Embroidery Tarot. I think that's what it's called, where she like individually embroidered each card and then like made it into a deck. Phenomenal looking. However, the first edition sold out, and I think she's now taking pre-orders for the second. But again, it's one of those things like if you request it enough, then I can like make an excuse to purchase, then put it in the budget. You know what I'm saying? Like put it in the budget type of a thing. So yeah, it's just the more expensive ones, they get pushed down until like we can like budget through them. Or like, again, there's been a lot of requests like the for decks that I can't get my hands on right now. So it's been one of those like playing games where it's like, okay, I'll check on this again, and then it's sold out right away. So yeah, it's just been really fun trying to play cat and mouse with that. Okay, bye, Practicing Human. It's nice seeing you. Yeah, there's so many awesome decks, and it's one of those things where like again, it's a personal thing, so like what you're attracted to and like what you would like to use it for. And again, my collection is growing so much that like there's decks that I use for specific purposes or like specific months. Like I only will use like my Halloween tarot during like September through the end of October and that sort of a thing. So like I get really into theming. So like for pick a card, it's like I'll do a mermaid and like all the mermaid and ocean cards, or like nature and then do that, or dogs, whatever it is. Like I really like theming. I don't know why. It's just how it works in my brain. But with that being said, I will let you guys go. It was always fun, as always, hanging out. So yeah, lots more things coming on my second channel. I just gotta get to filming. There will be more content. I feel really bad that I'm so behind. So thank you for being patient. Thank you for dealing with the crazy. But yeah, so there will be no live this Saturday, unless plans change again. But yeah, I will be unavailable on Saturday. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my mods. You guys are fantastic. And have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I will see you guys in my next video. Alrighty. Bye.